Okay, we're officially starting our group chat now. And the first thing I want to start off with today is how to do some appraisal drills for you guys. Because we get a lot of people on the chat today. And Steve says, you do answer my messages pretty quick. I really appreciate your dedication. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. Let's get to, let's see. What do you guys want? Let's start off with a nice basic appraisal drill for you guys. Well, let's just test you, all right? So really quick, what's the 3 keys to flipping phones? Alex says, yeah, me too. Thank you, appreciate it. Grant says 30-second appraisal. Buy low is good. That's important, yeah. But you want to try to do appraisals in 30 seconds if you can, okay? Now, I realize that's not going to happen with everybody. You know, some of you guys are probably taking like 2 to 3 minutes to do appraisal, but we get on that phone with the customer, we want to try to give them a price as fast as possible, and that's going to help your negotiation process. Because some of you guys might think you're having a hard time negotiating, but it could be due to the appraisal process being off. All right, so let's take a look and see. Let's do an iPhone 7 32 gig for Verizon. iPhone 7 32 gig for Verizon. Tell me what it's going to sell for and then how much you would pay for it.
$200.
It's an iPhone 7 32 gig for Verizon. Let's see. Pete says sell for 220, buy for 160. Chris says sell for 365, buy for 210. Bob says 240, buy for 140. Kevin says buy for 250, sell for 350. Michelle says pay 170, sell for 220. Nathan says sell for 325, buy for 180. Dustin says after the 19th or before. Well, January 19th, I don't know. It depends because sometimes you might have appraisals that you have to use before then, sometimes after. He says buy for 200, sell for 330. Grant says sell for 300, pay for 180. Steve says sell for 300, buy for 190. All right. So the 30 seconds is up, guys. We're going on about a minute 15 seconds. All right. So we sold it just recently. Let me show you my current eBay sales here. We sold it for $359.95, and we bought it. Did I lose it? Here's our recent sales, by the way, guys. Here's the 27. Wait a minute. Did I pick the? I picked an active listing. Oops. So we didn't sell it yet. Sorry. I picked the wrong listing. So I don't know what we bought that for. I apologize. I thought I was looking at my solds. So I would pay, if it's 365, I've got it listed for, I've got it listed for $359.95. For that, I would pay like 200. I would pay about 210, 200, and I would sell for 365. All right. Let me stop sharing because I don't want to give away the answers here. Let me pick another one. Let me go with a tricky one. How about this? Motorola Droid Turbo, 32 gigabytes for Verizon. Motorola Turbo, 32 gigs for Verizon. What would it sell for on eBay, and what would you pay for it? Motorola Turbo, 32 gig for Verizon. Randy says buy for 20. Grant says I saw your listing, so I won't say. Thank you for playing fair. Carol says sell for 60, buy for 20. Randy says sell for 80. Hui says buy for 10, sell for 60. Pete says sell for 70, buy for 25. Nathan says sell for 60, buy for 20. Liza says buy for 20. Wow. All right. So did you guys see that stuff? All right. So I don't know if you saw it or not, but it did sell for $59.95, and let's see what we paid for it.
I know it paid. I bought it.
Oh, so I hope you didn't overpay. Let's see what we paid for it.
No.
15 bucks. Okay, so I'd say
Good
15
idea.
to 20 was good. I mean, if you said 20, you were probably right because that's about accurate. Amy got a good deal on it at 15 bucks. So, all right. Do you guys want to do one more or move on? Chris says, yeah, Amy. One more. Okay. Do you want to do a phone or something else? Something else. Let's pick. Let's do iPad Mini 2. That's a good one. Okay, iPad Mini 2 cellular for Verizon. iPad Mini 2. It's not a Wi-Fi only. It's a cellular model for Verizon. 32 gigabytes. Tell me what it would sell for and how much would you pay? Randy's giving one a MacBook. Let's see. Hui says 70, sell for 150. Y says buy for 20, sell for 100. Kevin says buy for 65, sell for 140. Robert says buy for 70, sell for 150. Pete says 150, sell for 80. Diana says 150, buy for 57. Liza says sell for 150, buy for 60. Okay, so here it is. For this iPad Mini, we paid $139.95.
We sold it.
And we paid 40 bucks. So if you said $139.95 and you said about, I would say between 40 or 60, because you could even go up to 60, 65 on that and you'd be good. We got a pretty good score at 40, but you can even go 50, 60 bucks on that. So just so you know, here is our total for the last 30 days. Oops. Is $20,757. So let's see. Anybody want to keep going this, or you want to see something next? Y says, what if it had a broken screen? Well, let's do that. You guys want to see me do a live appraisal with the cracked one? A cracked iPad Mini? Let's say iPad Mini 2, and you're going to just type in cracked. So that's what you would do. Oh, Verizon. We'll try that first. We might not be able to find comparables now because it's cracked and it's a carrier, so it's going to be rarer. Plus, it's an iPad Mini 2. So let's see. Cracked iPad Mini 2. 99, 99. All right, so here we go. iPad Mini 2, cracked. iPad Mini 2, very small crack, 99, 89, 95. Okay. So it looks like, what do you think this is going to sell for? What's your guesstimate, guys? Carol says 100, buy for 40. Dominic says sell crack for 75. I think Dominic 75 is a little low. I would say like 99. James says 95, buy for 30. All right, so I think I would pay 35 on that. I would pay 35 to 40. Now, be careful. iPads are going to cost you a little more to ship now because it's an iPad Mini. So it might cost you $6 to ship versus a phone, which is $2. So always remember, when you're buying iPads or MacBooks, make sure you take into account the shipping weight might be another $6, $7 to $15, if that makes sense. Okay. Anybody have any questions on that? Let's see if there's any advanced appraisal questions before we move on. Anything that you guys want to see a little more of? Craig says if it had a bad LCD, is that the same as cracked screen? No. How many people here know the difference between cracked LCD and cracked screen? Say yes if you do, no if you don't. Yes, yes. Okay, so you guys, Mostly do, a couple no's, most yeses though. All right. The difference between cracked LCD is the bottom layer of the screen. So if there's any black spots, cracked LCD would also be if the touch sensor didn't work. You're going to praise that as cracked LCD. Cracked working just means there's a crack, but the screen works fine and you can still use the phone. It's just a crack. And that's whether there's a tiny crack or a big crack or anything like that. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Do you guys want to continue on with this or do negotiating now or ads? Ads or negotiating? I think ads might be more important because we want to make sure that we get your phone ringing. Is anybody struggling with getting calls or you're more getting a lot of calls? Let me ask you this. I'll find out what your problem is. Are you getting more calls and not closing them, or are you getting less calls or are you not getting enough calls, but maybe you're closing a few of those? Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Let's see. Both. Logan says more calls, not closing. Getting a lot of calls. Well, prepaid phones, lots of calls, not closing. Live negotiation, have trouble praising, not closing. More offers and not closing. All right. Liv says, I only got calls on my first day posting ad. It could buy anyway. My offer was too low. Most calls are junk. All right. So first, let me ask this. Who's doing texting and who's doing calling here? Both texting, both. Okay. So for me personally, just so you guys know, I like to just do calls. Texting is very difficult to maintain all the time. If you want to just do big numbers, but you want to work hard, I would say go for the texting route. But if you want to make, like if you're working a day job and you want to make 5,000 or something, 3,000 to 5,000 a month on the side with this, then I would stay sick with the calls. Does that make sense? Because the calls is going to be a lot less time consuming. You're going to get less calls, but you're going to close out more of them because those people are serious. The texters, a lot of them are not serious. They're just time wasters. Has anybody texted like with 20 people and not closed? Now let's see. We just had Jacob who hit 10,000 for the month. Where's Jacob? Dan says agree, calls it better. Is Jacob here? Jacob Emery? I see you. I don't know. Are you on the group chat? Maybe he doesn't hear me. I think his thing froze. Okay. Anyways, all right. Is there anybody else that just hit 10,000 for the month? I know Stephen Brown just did that. He just became a phone flipping superstar. Do you guys want to see me do a text close? Or like we did that last week, but for some reason people didn't like it as much. Or do you want me to try to do a live close? Did anybody have that? Hui says 12 to 13K. Wow, nice, Hui. Great job. All right, who had a live call? Anybody have a deal they want me to close? Bob says live call. Let's do some mindset too, like how you taught us the farmer versus hunter. Okay. We can do that. Some mindset. I'm going to do some business. I want to do the basics first because we got a lot of new people here, and then I'll do the advanced stuff for you guys. All right. Who has a call they want me to try closing? We could do that.
I do right now, Dave.
All right. Who said that?
Jose.
Okay, Jose. You have the phone number ready?
Well, actually, I got him on Messenger, and we're going back and forth.
Oh, the only thing with messengers, last time it took a while because sometimes they don't respond fast enough, so it's really hard to close that way.
Yeah,
I can look at previous deals you did and critique it, but I don't want to take up a lot of people's times on the group chat because a couple of people complained last time because we had like 5 minutes of downtime.
Yeah, I mean, what I started to do is that I post my ads on Facebook and they'll respond, and on the groups they'll respond. And when they do, I tell them to private message me. Then I give my number. Then my phone starts ringing that way.
Say that again? Sorry.
So what I'm doing is that I am posting on Facebook groups.
Yeah.
and then when they respond, I tell them to private message me on Messenger, and when they do, I just give them my number and they'll call me that way.
Okay, so you're giving them your number when they private message you?
Yes.
The only thing with that is it's that usually doesn't work because they don't call you. You know, that's kind of like handing out a business card and saying, here, call me. How many people ever do that? How many people have ever handed you a business card and you called them afterwards? Like just randomly. Not many people, right? It doesn't work that well. Hey, Steve, how's it going? So you really, I personally just call them. If you want to get on the phone, like you get a text, I just hit the call button and call right there. That's the best way to do it. Get on the phone right then and there, because then the faster, when you guys try to close a deal, the faster you try to close it, the better chance you get. Like, for example, let's say someone texts you and then you're responding 3 hours later, or you're giving them a number, you're waiting to talk to them, they kind of cool down and they lose the urge. Like, let's say they need some money a little bit and they want to sell their phone. They're like ready, they want to do it, and then they text you, and then it doesn't happen till like 5 or 6 hours later, they start cooling down. So you want to try to get them right away. Does that make sense?
Yep.
No? You had hesitated? I don't know.
No,
right.
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so guys, let's say who else has a problem negotiating? We can do role play, or what do you guys want to see for negotiation? Chris says this is the biggest thing I do from 5 to 8K is reply fast. Replying fast is big, guys, because if there's a cool down period, if you don't reply quickly, then the customers just start losing it. They don't want to deal with it. Now, I know some of you guys are working a job, so you can't reply quickly. How many people here are using an autoresponder? Craig says yes. Steve says nope. Craig says negotiating with low-cost phones. No, guys, I think an autoresponder will help you a lot. So what you want to do is get an app called Auto SMS. It's for Android. For iPhone, I'm not sure what it is, but for Android, get Auto SMS, and it will send out an automatic message when somebody calls you trying to sell a phone. They'll get an automatic text message saying, "Thank you very much. You create the message. So thank you for calling. We buy cell phones. We're unable to take your call right now, but we will get you very promptly. Please leave your name, number, and what you're trying to sell, and we'll go back to you soon." What this does is this tells the customer that you're serious, so you can extend the length of time that you have to get in touch with them by using an autoresponder. Kevin says can't find one for iOS. There's got to be one for iPhone. And you know, guys, if you can't get one for iPhone, I get a dirt cheap Android phone, even if you have to buy it on a prepaid line, and just set up an autoresponder on that. Alex says, quick question, is the difference between a lot of cracks? He says, there's an autoresponder for Facebook Messenger. I don't think so. Michelle says, yuck, laugh out loud. Yeah, well, I mean, it's $20 a month for another phone. Like, I did it before and it helped a lot to have an Android phone. For all my stores, I got an Android phone because that's how important that autoresponder is. I wouldn't be taking calls on the line without an autoresponder. It really helps. Customers love that stuff. And a lot of times people will say, wow, I love that autoresponder thing that you have. It's so professional. How do you do that? Steve says, most of my leads come from Facebook. So if they're coming from Facebook and you're getting text messages, you can't do an autoresponder, right? You've got to respond manually. So that's why I like to get phone calls, because you can do this. I think phone calls are so much better. So my thing is I want to work less and make more. So some of you guys are getting a lot of text messages and you're closing that way. That's cool. For the way I do things, I like to have people call me. And even if I get 10 calls, if I close 3 or 4 of them, I'm making it $200 to $300 a day. Or you could respond to, let's say, 60 text messages, and you could make maybe a little bit more. Who would rather work, let's say, an hour a day and make $300 a day, or work, let's say, 7 hours a day and make $380 to $400, a little bit more? What would make more sense to you guys? Yev says 1 hour. Chris says, I'm too cheap. He says 1 hour. Bob says less time, more money. And then it says 1 hour any day. So I like to do things easier. Now, if you want to work a little harder, you can definitely do it. Sometimes you can't get the call. Sometimes you only get the text. So sometimes there's some days where you're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive, and you've got to put a little bit more time in. Who here has noticed that when some days it's like it's raining gold, like people are just selling the phones at these dirt cheap prices, you're closing every one of them, and it's just amazing. Anybody had a day like that? Chris says yes. Nathan says yes. Randy says not yet. James says no. Diana says yes. River says yes. Some days it's all trash. And then some days it's like everybody wants to sell you a cracked Metro PCS J7 with a bad ESN and the home button doesn't work. Has anybody getting days where you get all those? So those days, this is how every business is, guys. Every business, there's the days where we just don't want to go to work, where it's just a nightmare. There's issues, and it's like, oh. But then there's some days where it's just like the money pours in a bank account and everything works good. Every business I've ever had is like that, and all 4 of my businesses right now are like that. So you've just got to do the numbers. The more calls you get, the more text you do, the more money you're going to make. But it all depends, like the method you want to do it. If you want to do calls, you're going to always be working less. Even if you do more calls, like if you go from 10 to 20 calls, your business is going to go up a lot. Does anybody have a question on that? Anybody want to put any input on that? Now, Steve Muccio just did 28,000 for the month. What are you doing, Steve? Is he? Do you mind if we ask you a couple questions?
Hey, Dave, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Oh, pretty good, thanks.
Awesome.
So, Steve, you just hit 28,000 for the month.
Yes, I did 28,000 for January.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
What is your way of, what do you do? What is most of your technique?
Most.
Also mostly text.
Sure. Yeah, most, if not all, of the leads are from text. So it's Facebook Messenger, Offer Up, Let Go, and a little bit of 5 miles.
Facebook Messenger, Let Go, and 5 miles. Is that right?
And Offer Up. Yep.
And Offer Up. Okay.
Yep.
And what's your strategy? Are you posting a ton of times? Like, have you ever had any problems getting blocked with that?
Yeah. Sometimes you'll post an ad up, especially 5 miles. That's more difficult, but I don't get a lot of leads from there. But the leads that I do get are quality. But Let Go and 5 miles, sometimes those are tough to get leads to stick. And then I've noticed lately that Facebook Messenger is getting a little tougher. So you have to be a little more creative with posting ads. And then, I'm in Aaron's course as well. So we're kind of working through some of that so we can get our ads to stick.
Okay, cool. So Aaron was doing some coaching and stuff. We're actually going to be switching up a program a little bit. I'll make an announcement later on with you guys to help you. But Aaron's pretty good with the texting. And how's that work for you? Is it done pretty good?
Yeah, for me, I mean, that's what I use. I use the script that he gave me, pretty much word for word, every lead.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm pretty much doing phones. I've got a couple of iPads and tablets, but kind of what I wanted to pick your brain about tonight too, Dave, is I want to start adding in more iPads and tablets, smartwatches, MacBooks, but I did 28,000 with just the phone, so I can only imagine when we start adding in the other products, but I'm having trouble getting comfortable with those products because I'm not as savvy with those. So if you could maybe give some insight on the right questions to ask so, we can get more comfortable with that.
As far as getting more items, getting MacBooks, laptops, and things like that?
Yeah, because I'm not comfortable with those yet, and I don't want to get burned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this really quick. Can you show us like a text deal you've closed really quick, Steve? Do you mind doing that?
I'm on my phone right now, so it's a little difficult.
Okay, you don't have like a screen share for the phone?
Yeah, I don't know if I can. I don't even know how to do that. Yeah, I'm driving right now. I just left the gym, so yeah, it's a little difficult right now.
Would you be able to? Would anybody want Steve to post that in the group later, if to show like how he closed it? Anybody interested in that?
Yeah, I could do that.
Yes. James says yes. Do it. Bob says okay. So Steve, if you wouldn't mind, that would be awesome if you could post that. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I can do that after the chat.
Okay, great. Okay. Do you guys want to ask any questions about negotiating anymore, or do you want to move on to buying other items? Because I don't think we touched on negotiating too much. Do you want to do? Anybody want to do a role play? And then I'll get into that stuff. Lisa says she needs help negotiating. Lisa, let's get you on here and let me help you out. I want to help some of the new people that are on this group. Lisa, can you unmute yourself? Are you still there? Says can't get the mic to work. Okay. So to unmute yourself, just go to the bottom here and it says mute or stop video. Just click on mute. If not, let me know if there's someone else that's brand new that wants to learn how to negotiate. Steve Roberts says, I need negotiating help. Lots of leads, no closing. So Steve, let me get you on for a second. Steve, you came on last week and you were doing the texting and I helped you close a deal.
You did.
Yeah. But the only thing is what I found for you is that when I closed the deal for you, you still didn't want it.
I was nervous. But
I know.
I got it sitting right here.
So I think what happens, like with Steve, it's not. I don't think it's you're negotiating. I don't think it's a belief. I think it's a belief thing. Like I don't think you believe that it's actually going to happen, or like it's real, or like when like you're like, wow, we just closed this great deal. I can't actually believe it's going to happen. So you're not following through with it. Does that make sense?
It does.
I think you're coming up with kind of reasons not to do the deal a little bit based on what I saw.
You told me that.
I know you mentioned like the license thing to that guy like 10 times. It was, or not 10 times, but it was quite a few times. And it was like, you don't want to grow customers. You just want to make it nice and easy for them.
I was worried, because it sounded like the deal was too good to be true to close something like that. And I still have that feeling, but I'm starting to overcome it a little bit more as I go through more and more negotiations.
Okay. Let's do a quick call really quick. Okay, you ready?
All right, go ahead.
So I'm going to call you. You're going to answer the phone. Here we go. Ring, ring.
Okay. Hello, this is Steve. Can I help you?
Hi. I was calling because I had a phone I wanted to sell.
What type of phone is it?
I've got an iPhone 6 Plus for Verizon.
6 Plus for Verizon. What kind of condition is that in?
It's in good condition. No cracks or anything like that. It's good.
iPhone 6, not an S or a Plus, just an iPhone 6 for Verizon.
Yes.
I could probably give you, and I'm not even looking this up because I looked them up all day today. I had plenty of messages on them.
No, go look it up right now because I want to see how fast you do the appraisal. That's part of the call.
Okay. I looked them up, I swear to God, all day today.
All right, well, let's go.
iPhone 6. How many gigabytes is that?
It's 16 gig. Oh, by the way, here's a tip for you guys. When you're taking a call, I don't even ask the gigabytes. I just assume it's the lowest one. Like usually they're 16 gigs. I assume the lowest, and then I just give them a price on that. Because if it's a 64 or 128 gig, you pretty much win either way, right? So, if they say, if they don't like your price at first, and they go, well, it's a 64 gig, can you do more? Well, that's fine, but I'm always going to offer them lower. I feel like it makes the negotiation more difficult when you don't offer them a price right away, right? So you guys want to make business easy when you're doing negotiating. So the best thing is to ask them what phone do they have, get on the carrier, and then make an offer to them. You don't want to be asking 20 questions before you make an offer. I think that's one of the biggest things that I see people having problems with is that they ask so many questions before they make an offer, and then they turn off the customer. Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh, for that phone there, sir, I could probably give you about $60, $65 for it.
Robert says, I've been wasting too much time asking questions and I lose them. Yeah. So you guys want to get right to the point as soon as possible. That's the key. So what did you say?
I could give you $60, $65 tops.
Okay. Let me just do an appraisal on that 1 second. Let me just look and make sure. Now, obviously, I'm not the customer right now. I just want to make sure your offer was accurate. Let's see. Because part of And how much did you say? 60, 67?
60, 65. I appraised it about 130.
Okay. You're kind of going right for the top right away, right? So guys, like one thing, I used to sell cars for a living. And when you get in there, when someone walked in the lot, you always hit them with the sticker price first. And not that many people are going to buy the car at sticker price. But what would happen if we already gave them a discount on the car? What do you guys think would happen if we started off low because we don't think they're going to pay full price? Does anybody know what's going to happen? They're going to want even more, and then you're already too low. So now it's like, no, sorry, I can't go any lower because you've already given the farm away. So now you lose a customer. See, the key is, guys, it's not how much, it's not the deal that they really got. It's the deal they think they got that's important. It's all emotion. It's how they feel. So when they get on that phone with you and you offer 65 and they're already thinking, oh, that's kind of low, I want 100. Well, you just shot yourself in the foot. You've got no room. But if you started at 50, they're going to tell you it's too much anyways, whether it's 60 or 50. But now at least you can do a little something for them. Always leave a little room for play when you guys negotiate it so you can throw a little something nice in. Does that make sense?
It does.
Go ahead.
Does, and I've done that. And when I give that offer, I get no response after that.
Are you doing calls or text?
Basically text. I have very little phone calls.
I mean, I think getting on the phone is important.
Most of my stuff, like I say, comes from Facebook, and I try to get them to call me, but I never get a phone call.
Okay. Let's see. So Aaron is really good at texting. Steve is really good at texting. What do you guys typically do as far as the texting goes? You guys want to put some input on?
I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah, sure.
Could you just tell me the specific question again, Dave?
Yeah, sure. So like, what would you help Steve with? Steve, you're not able to, well, I don't want to get into the screen share because then we're going to start taking a lot of time, but can you give him some advice as far as how he would handle that when people don't respond on a text? What do you typically do?
So the first thing we'd want to look at is about how many messages do you send before you make the offer, if you don't mind me asking.
I ask them basically when they say, is this still available on my Facebook messages? I say, could you give me the phone, the carrier, the gigabytes, and the condition? And then they give me all that stuff and I give them an offer. It's really quick because I listened to you several times and it's really quick what I do. But then I give them an offer and then I hear nothing.
What percentage of the time do you hear nothing from them?
Hear a lot. Well, if I do hear something back, it's like I posted just before this meeting and Dave saw my meeting post. He gave me this, well, I got pawn shops giving me more than that and other resellers giving me double that. And I refrained from saying anything, so I just let it go.
Bob says, laugh out loud lies. Guys, buyers are liars. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Aaron. Go ahead. I'll let you do your thing.
No problem. I'm just trying to get the whole picture of everything. So about how many messages are you getting a day, Steve?
Honestly, in the morning I go into work, and I shouldn't be doing this at work. And if anybody I work with is listening, I'm in big trouble. But anyway, I go in there and I post 3 Craigslist ads, and I run through I think I got about 7 Facebook groups that I post in, and then I start getting messages.
Okay. So about how many messages a day would you say you're getting?
10 to 15, maybe sometimes 20.
Okay. So that's not bad at all. Because sometimes you got to run the numbers. Sometimes you have days where, last Thursday I ran through 50 leads without getting a phone. But in the last 10 minutes now, I've just set up 2 deals for the end of this. So
I've still got some on right now that I haven't done.
Okay. So sometimes you just got to run the numbers and you have a bad batch. As long as you're offering right away, I could look at some of the exact messages, but that would take a lot of time. As long as you're keeping it real short and real right to the point and you're making offers.
I got stingy people down here in Central Florida.
You're appraising everything correctly? You're offering the right amount and not too little?
See, I don't know. I think I am, and what I posted right before, like I said, on the group chat, everybody was agreeing with my appraisal of 180 and offering 100, which is still, kind of high for 180 appraisal, but I'm just trying to I'm out of inventory. I got 2 phones listed right now. So I'm trying to get some inventory.
Fair enough. without looking at the exact messages, it sounds like you're doing a lot of the stuff that you should be doing.
Let's take a look. Steve Muccio just posted his text message in the Facebook group. Do you guys want to see that, how we closed that deal? Do you want to see a live example?
Sure.
All right, let's take a look. Okay, so here we go. So this is the customer. Steve, if you want to unmute yourself while we go over this.
Yeah, sure. I'm here.
Oh, you're here? Okay, cool. Thanks for doing this, too. I appreciate it. Help everybody out.
No problem.
So we got an iPhone 8 Plus here. And then it says, okay, great. Any problems with it or cracks? That's what you responded. And they said, nothing wrong with it. Still in case. Screen protectors just unlocked from Sprint. Okay, how many gigabytes is it? 64. Awesome. Okay, I like this, how he says, awesome. I could give you $250 for it. So right there, he's showing he's enthusiastic for the deal. I love that. And then now the guy says, no thanks, too low. Let's see what he said after that. No thanks, too low. And then this is your response right here, Steve, right?
Yes.
It says, it's a great phone. How much are you looking to get for it? I said, I love this too. He's being super positive, guys. It's so important because I see some texts where, like, you know, people are really nervous, they're worried, or they're almost like skeptical of the customer. You never want to be like that. You always want to be friendly, positive, and assume the best when you're when you're negotiating with someone, right? So like he says, it's a great phone. He's complimenting him, he's making him feel good. How much are we looking to get for it? And he says $350 at least. Now he says, I understand. Like I said, it's a good phone. Looks like you've been trying to sell it for a month now, right? Yeah, I did post it about a month ago. Keep changing my mind every time. I don't need the money, and plus my partner don't want to sell it to me. So now the guy's selling himself on why he doesn't do it. So what happens is his emotional attachment goes down because now he's seeing why, like he's realizing why he doesn't need this phone. So Steve is making him realize, this is why I'm getting rid of it. He's reminding him of the reason he's selling it. He says, I got you. Well, I buy and sell them for a living, so I would need to make a little profit. Highest I can do is $280, but I can meet you today with cash today. He says, you can't make it $300. Can't do it. Unfortunately, 2 days is the highest I can go after the profit margins and need my fees, but can meet with you today. He says, okay, great. When would you like to meet? Okay, there's this place. Okay, afternoon, anytime you like. Boom. Great job, Steve. Now it's fantastic. Awesome.
Thanks.
Appreciate you sharing that with everybody.
Yeah, you got it.
So did that help you guys? Was that helpful to see that? Like how he's closing through text? Anybody learn anything? Alex says, yeah. Okay, Grant says,
I got
yeah.
a question.
Yep.
So when they said that he's been trying to sell it for a month, but what if it was in the scenario of, I just posted it on Craigslist just now.
Say that again?
So the scenario was the guy's been trying to sell his phone for a month, right? But
Yep.
what if the scenario comes up to as if like, I'm just trying to sell this phone just now.
I'm just trying to sell this phone right now.
Like I just posted this phone locally just now. I was wondering what I could get for it. I have like
Who's talking right now, by the way? I'm sorry, I got confused who's speaking. Timothy?
yeah.
Okay. Guys, do me a favor. Just please type in the chat first to ask if you can speak before just speaking, just so we don't get confused. Because it's
Okay,
kind of
my
tough.
bad,
We got
dude.
72 people here, so it gets confusing. Sorry. Aaron, do you have any inputs for him on that? You want to help him because you do most of the texting?
I'm sorry. I was just setting up the appointment here. Run that by me one more time, Tim. Just real quick.
So basically, what if the customer tells me, I just posted an ad for this phone on Craigslist. I just want to see what you would offer.
And they said that through text?
Yeah.
Then I would just keep moving forward with it. I would just give benefits of why it is worth it for them to meet up with you. A lot of people, a lot of people will want a certain amount, but they will take less if you just kind of stay in it and persuade them a little bit. Just like I go to the car dealership and I want to get the car for $5,000 off. Well, after the car guy stays in there and he works on me a little bit, he gives me $1,500 off and I sign and I take away the car. I don't know if that fully answered it or not, but it would just be staying in it with it, figuring out how much they want for it, and then just making counter offers. Sometimes by just staying with it, I saw a screenshot where this guy, he just kept making offers. He goes, oh, I can't do that much, but I can do this. And it wasn't even that smooth, but just because he stayed in it, the guy eventually was like, all right, man, fine, I'll take it. And he met up with it without even saying anything really smooth, just by kind of staying in it and saying, all right.
I think that's a great idea because, like, sometimes you just make friends with people and you talk to them and then you end up closing it. Now, it depends how many deals you're getting, too. You know, if you're slow, then you want to do that. You want to try to work it a little bit. You know, if you're trying to get every deal you can do that. If you're getting 100 messages, I try to go for the easiest, the lowest hanging fruit first, and then try to work the deals and follow up with them. Does that make sense, Timothy?
Yeah, Dave, and I got one more question really quick.
All right, real quick, but we got to move on because everybody, I want to make sure we take care of other people too.
For you, is negotiating a skill game or a numbers game, or both?
I think it's both. I think negotiating is part how you handle things. There's so much with negotiating, guys, that we could sit here for 2 hours and just talk on negotiating, and we could talk about personality types, reading customers, being friendly, smiling. I mean, there's so many different things with negotiating that we can't do a whole thing in a group chat. That's why we have a coaching program. We have everybody to help each other and things of that nature. And we do the role playings because it's something that you got to constantly build on. There's so much you've got to, part of negotiating is getting the price right, making sure you're making a reasonable business offer. Because if your business offer isn't good, then you might just lose it because of that, not because of your negotiating deals. Or maybe you're talking too much. Or maybe they don't like you for some reason. A lot of deals are lost just because they didn't like the way you answered or the way you look. Believe it or not, sometimes people just want to do business with someone else more than another person, if that makes sense. Maybe you're an older person, they like older people. Maybe if you're a young kid and they're an older person, they don't want to do business with you. Maybe vice versa. Maybe you're an older person, they're a young kid, they don't want to do business with you. There's all kinds of weird things that go into negotiating in sales. So that's a whole different thing. I suggest reading some books on sales and just getting better and just network with the people in the group, practice and role play. Okay, what do you guys want to do next? Do you want to see ads? Who wants to see ads and like what to post? Alex says, yeah. I want to kind of go into that because if you guys don't get any calls, you're not going to be able to negotiate, right? How many people here, what are you guys getting for calls per day? Liza says 0. Garrett says 40. Chris says 10 to 15. Michelle says 15. James says 10. Pete says 20 to 30. Logan says 15. Oh, by the way, Joe, is that working pretty good? It seems like your sales are doing pretty well. We're doing our ad posting service. Matter of fact, Stephen Brown is using our ad posting service where we post the ads for you guys and just hit 10,000 for the month. So I don't know if that's helping, but that we have a service where like we do all the ad postings on Craigslist for you and Facebook groups. Diana says 5 to 10. So most of you guys only seem to have 5 to 10 ads. Is that per day or total? For our ad posting service, it's $125 a week we charge for that. James says, how many ads a day? For Craigslist, you guys want to post 2 to 3 ads per day. Who here hasn't posted a Craigslist ad? Say yes. And it's okay. Don't worry about it if you haven't. Who here has posted ads on Craigslist and who hasn't? James says a few. Chris says not in a while. James says I just renew. Michael says I have many Craigslist accounts. Do we need to have that service? Bryce says 3. Ron says you already go asking. Pete says I've gotten 0 leads off Craigslist. Some. I've never. Okay, so if you haven't posted any Craigslist, this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to first go to Craigslist. I'm going to go to my Craigslist and share it with you guys right now. And you're going to post. Let's take a look at our account, some of our ads. Okay, so here's some of our ads. You want to post one in wanted, one in financial services, and you want to post also one in local community news. Now, we have 2 in wanted here, but because they're a little bit different ads, okay? So here's one in financial services. Do this tonight, okay? If you guys don't have any ads on Craigslist, literally do this tonight. I pay cash for smartphones. Here's the picture, and then here's the ad right there. Boom. then wanted, there's the title, there's the picture, there's the ad. Now, you guys don't have to have a picture. You can actually just do a title and text. So if you want, you could just do looking to buy iPhones, all carriers, and then nice and simple and easy. You don't want to make your ads complicated. Who feels like the Craigslist ads might be too wordy or complicated? Anybody?
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm not boring you, right? Or is there anything else you want to see? Oh. Let's see. Timothy says, Lisa, why do you type 150 in the ad title? Okay. So you have to type some kind of $ with Craigslist ads, guys. We put $1 sometimes. You can put 50, 150. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Okay. Steve says, mine are short and sweet. James says, can you check mine? What would you guys like me to do? Would you want me to review someone else's, or do you want me to just go over my ads and what they have? Chris says, yours, review. Let's do James, and let's do an ad review and see what's working and what's not. So James, can you share your screen for us?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do it though.
Okay, so just go down to see where it says screen share. There's like a little box there. Click on that.
Screen share. Okay, yep.
And then go to share desktop.
Okay. Yeah, work.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, let me go to my Craigslist.
Hey guys, can you? Whoever's doing is that you, James?
This is me right here.
Okay, no, I mean the noise. I didn't know if that's you. The noise. I just wonder if someone could mute themselves.
Oh, hey, shh. Be quiet for a second, baby.
Oh no, it's okay. I didn't know if that was you or not. For somebody else, it's okay.
Okay, let me go down here. So I could just log right onto my. Okay, so these are I just posted these today.
Epic Cash for smartphones. Okay, that looks pretty solid. Used or cracked, broken output. Okay, so here's one thing I like and one thing I don't like. One, I would try to keep the capital on there instead of lowercase I. When you guys do ads, see how that, look at how that looks. You would never see something like this in a supermarket, in a mall. It looks unprofessional because it's a lowercase. So what that does is it attracts a lower class of client.
Right.
That's where you start getting like the cracked Metro PCS phone,
That's what I'm getting
the blacklisted stuff, right? So you want your ads to look nice. You want the grammar to be good. You want the punctuation to be right. You want the spelling to be correct. And you're going to get a better quality client when you guys get that.
Okay. That makes sense.
Let's see. Can anybody else pick out something that we can improve this ad with?
Now, is that too much money? Is that too flashy? Should I cut that down a little bit, or?
I don't think it's too flashy. I think the picture's good. I think it's just this one word sentence right here. See how you have used, cracked, or broken, will pay cash. Like there's no punctuation, no grammar. It's just will used, cracked, or broken, will pay cash in the spot for your phone. So I would just say if you're trying to do that just to get a lot of ads, how many ads do you have up right now?
I think I only have. Yeah, I only got 4. I had 4. One got removed. And this is just what I did. I did this. Did I do this today or last night? But I usually go on Facebook. But every time I post them on Facebook, 2 minutes later, blocked. They take them right off. So and I usually use this picture, and I don't know if that's a problem.
Which one? You use that same picture?
On my Facebook, yeah. For the Facebook, I would. But then I have another one where I just
I thought you meant for the Craigslist ads.
Did I use all the same picture?
Just be careful, guys, using the same picture all the time because they'll flag your ads for that.
Right. See,
is anybody having problems getting ads flagged? See that right there, cash for smartphones. What can we pick out about that ad? Let's take a look at that really quick. What's the problem with that, guys? What's the problem with this ad right here? It says cash for smartphones. Not enough details, capitals, too basic, lowercase typing again. So it's James, right? So James,
Yeah.
I would capitalize the C and the F and the S on there. That's going to get you more results. Don't
Okay.
put all caps for the title, guys, by the way. Try not to do all caps because that's going to also attract lower quality people. That's considered streaming. And then for the body, I would put in the top, I will pay cash. That's called your body there, the second part, the description, okay?
Right.
The body, I would say, I pay cash for smartphones, any condition. Call me. Like, separate the line. Enter, call me, dash, and then put your number.
Okay.
Does that make sense, or is that confusing?
No, that makes sense. Absolutely.
Are you guys finding this helpful? I don't want to waste anybody's time or anything.
Yeah, I can go ahead and get off here.
Stuff? What's that?
I said I can go ahead and get off here just in case
Okay.
everyone else
David
wants.
says helpful. Alex says yes. Okay. Lisa says maybe specify what kind of phone. You don't really want to specify the type of phone, guys, because it just turns away business. Like, it's like, you know, I'm trying to think how to say it. You know, like, it's limiting your options a lot by putting specific types of phones. Now, if you need to get more ads up, you can do that, but that's a different tactic, right? Like, you don't want to just limit yourself to only iPhones. You want to buy all phones, anything that has value. Okay?
And see,
That's why his Facebook ads are getting taken down. Why are your Facebook ads getting taken down?
I have no idea. I don't know. It says Facebook does not approve of the items you're trying to sell, and I don't know why. At first, the first one I posted, it had 2,000 views, and my phone was blowing up. And then I post another one, and they just keep getting deleted now. Ever since then. Now I can get them to stick.
But
if I
this
put
is
them
Facebook ads on Marketplace or Facebook groups?
Marketplace.
Have you tried posting in Facebook groups?
Yes, I posted. I believe 2 Facebook groups today, and none of them gotten flagged or blocked or anything.
Facebook groups don't get blocked. So can you unshare your screen for 1 second?
Yeah. How do I?
Just go to unshare. There should be a button right on there.
It says stop share.
Yeah,
Okay,
there we go.
there we go.
So guys, Marketplace is good, but Marketplace is a certain animal itself. Like, Marketplace is a place that you're not really technically supposed to be posting, if that makes sense. It's kind of like somewhat black hat. Like, which means like it's against the terms of service to Facebook to be doing that. You can get a lot of calls, and there's ways around it and hacks and things like that, but it's not really supposed to be done that way. Now, you can get a lot of results and get tons of calls, but you've got to kind of constantly be beating the system, which is a little bit of a pain. So when we do our ad posting service, we don't really post on Marketplace too much. We sprinkle it. We don't overdo it. And we post 3 to 5 Craigslist ads per day, and we post in 3 to 5 groups per day. And the people like Stephen Brown just hit 10,000 for the month. Joseph, are you able to unmute yourself? Are you on this? Joe Bruchus? Can you hear? Your mic isn't coming through. You unmuted yourself, but for some reason the mic's not working.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you hear me now.
We can kind of hear you. It's really light. Oh, that's all right. So what do you have for sales right now, Joe?
About 10,000 over the last 6 weeks or so.
7,000?
10,000.
Oh, 10,000. Yeah. Nice. That's fantastic. And that's from the ads that we're posting?
Mostly, yeah. I mean, well, I've been posting ads in the Marketplace and Craigslist, etc. Then everything kind of, I ran into the same situation with the Marketplace that everybody else was talking about.
Yeah.
My calls really went down, and Craigslist really wasn't producing for me, and that's when I decided to give your service a try.
Okay. And did it help you? Did you get more calls when we were posting in groups a lot and doing the Craigslist? Have you gotten more phones?
I'm getting a few more calls, yeah. I got a pile of them this weekend just from one person, but, it's not spread out like it was before. I think it's just the time of year, too.
Okay. All right. So, guys, let's talk about this next. Let's talk about increasing your business through other ways, all right? Someone says special group chat for members doing 10K plus a month. Yeah, so guys, my program here is for people to get to 10K. That's the goal, right? After that, we have a different we're going to do something else for advanced business stuff, because with phone flipping, like 10K a month is pretty decent numbers, but to get past that is a ton of work all the time, and it takes a constant motivation. So then you need a next level business. You do the 10K, you put some money in your pocket, but this is not going to be a lifetime business, if that makes sense. Most people aren't going to flip phones their entire life. So it's made to put cash in your pocket, keep doing that, get to that 10K, and then maintain it, and then maybe figure out how to add another income stream or do a bigger level business, if that makes sense. Does everybody understand that, or is that confusing, or no? You agree with that? Yev says, yeah. It's like, you're not going to go from 10K to like 30K a month flipping phones and maintain that for years. That's just, and constantly be doing marketplace. You want to do what you can, pile your bank account, save the nice 20, 30, 40,000, and then get to the next level, just like I did. I did that, and then I opened up stores. I did iPhone repair. You can do real estate. You can do online marketing. So I'm going to be doing a program next now for advanced people and to get you guys to the next level if you're interested. We're going to create a separate Facebook group, but there's a lot of people here who want like the good stuff to get to 10,000. And then after that, you guys got your value out of the course and you keep on making money. Chris says PayPal ready. How much, Dave? I'm going to figure that out. I'm not here to sell you on this, but I realize you guys want that. So I want to give you something else. So would anybody be interested in that? You guys like excited to hear about that? Like, I'm doing $1 million a year and I diversify. I own multiple businesses. I can train you like basically how to do any business and make money on it. But like, if you want me to get you from like 10 to 13K flipping phones, I think it's kind of missing the big picture. It's just constantly trying to grind doing the same thing. There comes a time in a business where you hit a cap and you've got to just kind of do something else or do something bigger. Dana says yes, but no. Okay. Of course you'll have to learn new skills. There's going to be a whole set of new skills. Like when you guys do to get you to 10K flipping phones, I got to teach you ad writing skills. I got to teach you some sales ability. And I got to teach you some like market principles and some basic business stuff. And then to get someone to make, let's say 20, 30, 40, 50K a month, you needed a whole different level of coaching for that. That's a different type of business. So anyways, someone says, this is the group chat I'm waiting for, Dave. Awesome. So that'll be a whole separate program. I'm excited because that stuff gets excite me talking about the high level stuff. So we're gonna be doing that. And that's why I'm going to keep on focusing. I want to focus on the basics because the basics are key on these group chats, guys. I want to make sure we keep talking about appraisals, ad copy. But some of you guys that are around here, you might get bored with this. Like that's just people join this program. They want to get to that 10K and then that's it, right? Is everybody on the same page with me here? Is everybody cool with that? Does that make sense? Stomach says, Dave, what's the max you made per month when you had a store? When I was running a store alone, I did make a lot. Like when I was running a store by myself, I did 50K a month. So that was with phone flipping and iPhone repairs and no employees. That's when I worked in that. Michael says, my issue is mega competition in my area. How can we deal with that? Okay. Dave said, we're with you. Awesome. For competition, really, guys, that's a good thing. Competition doesn't really matter. I've got 1,000 people in my area trying to buy phones. It doesn't make a difference. Look at my Craigslist, guys. Oh, let's talk about the scaling with MacBooks and stuff too and how important that is. All right.
Hey, Dave, can I say something?
Let's go to Wanted. Who is that?
This is Jacob.
Hey, Jacob.
Hey, are you going to add to your course how to appraise like the MacBook or like check it out?
There actually is a live video of me negotiating on a MacBook in the course. Yeah, just look up the video that says live MacBook purchase.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so by the way, guys, for those of you who are nervous about MacBooks, who's watched that video of me buying the MacBook live? Logan says, I have. Chris says, who cares about competition? Put them on a business, kill or be killed. Tweet says, yeah. So only about 3 or 4 people. Wow. Someone says, I'll watch it tonight when I find it. Guys, we got like 65 people in the chat. Not many people have watched that video. Oh, okay, a few people saw it. Did you guys enjoy that video? Was it helpful? Or did you not learn anything? Because I feel like sometimes when people see me live in action, it's much better. Chris says yes. Okay, good. Anyways, let's get back to what I was talking about. And Jacob, I want to have you speak a little bit because you just hit 10,000 for the month. All right, so guys, if we look in Wanted, let's see. This is my area, right? Samsung devices, I buy iPhone, Galaxy Cash. Apple products, Samsung devices, iPhone 7. Look at this. Wow. Look at this competition. It's like Every line is someone buying phones. Wow. So who asked about competition? Who asked about, Michael says me. Okay. So Michael, does that answer your question? Here's my eBay sales for the month. So guys, you stalk your competitors, find out what they're doing. You know, as long as you're doing good business, there's enough business to go around for everybody. You know, if you're doing a good business, you're going to be fine. If you're treating your customers well, you're offering good prices, there's plenty of business for you and your competitors to make money. But guys, call your competitors up and they're just not making good offers. That's the problem. They're not treating customers right. They're not making good offers. They're answering the phone like, hello. I mean, if you just act like 20% better, you'll probably beat most of the competition in your area. Because a lot of people just do this for like a side thing. They try it, they fail, and they're not really taking it seriously. So when you actually take the time to practice, develop your skills, you're going to crush your competition. Michael says that's what I'm doing. Okay. Let's get into the MacBooks, how to buy them, and what to do. So first off, guys, who here is buying MacBooks? Say yes if you're buying MacBooks. Grant says yes. Jeff says yes. Tony says I have. Bob says yes. Cal says yes. Hui says yes. Yes, yes. Bob says I haven't yet. Jacob says yes. Trying. Okay. Did everybody type yes that really is buying them? Because it's only about 6 people is buying MacBooks. Is that right? So 6 out of 64. So guys, we just bought a MacBook. Who bought that MacBook? It was Aaron the other day, right? What do you pay for it?
Oh, I think 1,000.
They paid $1,000 for it. And what do you say? What are we going to sell that for? What kind of MacBook? What do you appraise it at?
It's a brand new factory sealed MacBook Pro.
Brand new factory sealed MacBook Pro. What do you think? Like 2,000?
Yeah, it's going to be close to $2,000.
I mean, guys, like if you buy 2 MacBooks a month and you make $1,000 profit off that, that's $2,000 a month. What can you guys do with $2,000 a month? Anybody? You could buy a giant house for $2,000 a month. Okay, you could buy a nice car. You could buy some nasty stuff that people are saying on the group chat. Okay, someone says having a hard time finding that profit margin. Well, that all boils down into your negotiation skills, right? So if you're not trying to get them, you're not going to get them. Guys, so MacBooks are actually easier to buy because not as many people are selling them. Okay, so basically, for example, a phone, like let's say they have an iPhone 7. How many people are looking for iPhone 7s to buy right now? A lot of people, right? How many people are looking to buy a certain level, like model MacBook? Not too many. Not as many as the phones. So it's easier to throw a deal at them because the calls are coming in slower, or they don't know as many people to buy. So you can make better offers on laptops. And it's also, people get nervous selling laptops. They don't know how to do it. They don't know where to post it. And then they got to meet up with someone, show them the laptop. If you offer them fast cash and you do like what Aaron's saying, you make it easier for them and you give them a reason to do it, then you're going to close the deal. Diane says regular laptops too. Yes, and not just MacBooks. I mean, you want to buy like Acer, anything that you can make a profit on. I'll go through some of the MacBooks we buy. Let's look at my eBay sales right here. Let's see what we have here for MacBooks. We got a bunch of, here's a laptop right here, HP Pavilion, $110. $110, and we bought that for like, let me see, I think like 30. $25. We sold it for 110 and we bought it for 25. Who wants profits like that? Anybody? Here we go, MacBook Pro. Look at this one right here. We sold it for $2,200. Let's see what we paid for it. $1,300. Sold it for 22. Bought it for 1,300. Someone says yes, nice, yes. Duck, yeah, I'll take it. Let's see if we can find another one. I mean, these are all recently within, I mean, this is this month, guys. Here we go. Here's a Lenovo IdeaPad, $59.95. That one we don't make a killing on it, but let's see. 20 bucks. There's 60. Here's a PSP handheld video game system right here. 55 bucks. Let's see what we got it for. $5. I mean, who will do that? Anybody want to sell an item for 55 and buy it for $5? Someone says yes. Tony says I need that. So there you go, guys. Add smartwatches, laptops, PSPs, video games, anything that you can make a profit on. You want to be posting ads for that. You want to go all out. Who's watched the advanced section of the course so far on scaling? Anybody? Steve says me. Ron says yes. Bob says not yet. Tony Johnson says yes. I'm working my way through it. I'll be done tonight. Good. Someone says I watched them all. Excellent. All right. I mean, make sure you guys are watching the videos because everything I'm telling you in the group chat is in the videos, guys. I've made the course now so it's broken up into different sections. So you can literally pick what you need help with and what not. I mean, most of the stuff in the course, I'm going to say in the group chat, I'm just going to encourage you to do it a little bit more. So Ani says, yes, I'm buying, selling, and fixing. Okay, fantastic. Okay, that's going to wrap up the group chat for right now. Now, I have a quick question here. I want to cover some other things, such as the new program that we're doing, okay? And then how many people here got Aaron's program? Because me and Aaron wanted to do something special for you to take care of you guys, anybody who bought his program. Diana says, yes, me. Can anybody who bought Aaron's program stay on the chat for a little bit, and I want to talk to you guys. Aaron says yes. Okay, so we'll wrap up the group chat for now, and then anybody who bought Aaron's program, please stay on the chat. We'll get you going, and we're gonna have our own separate talk and show you some things that we're doing right now. Okay. Chris says yeah, I could do that. All right, guys. So any last questions before we wrap it up? David says the whole program, anything. If you bought part of a program, the whole program, whatever. He says, who is Aaron's program? Oh, that's Aaron. Aaron's one of my top students, and he had a coaching program that he was doing before. So we're going to be doing, Aaron is going to be doing, we're going to do a special thing now, and I'm going to tell you about it in a second, but I want to talk about, let me ask you this. How many of you guys are okay with doing like an advanced coaching if you need some special attention? Because you get 1 week, an hour a week with me. But Aaron's doing $30,000 a month, and I wanted to take someone that I wanted to personally work with. Aaron was selling a program, but we had a little bit of an issue because it was separate from mine. So Aaron Aaron's gonna be working with me under my brand to do some special coaching to help students out. Okay, who would like a little extra attention where you can get more like personal attention or more group chats with training? This is not, guys, this is not training to get you to $30,000 a month. I'm not promising that, but some people that are like, I need more negotiation help. I need better sales. I need some helps with the ads. I need a little coaching with the Facebook marketplace. We're going to add that for people who haven't done that. We're going to do a little bit more advanced program now. That's what we're adding into my program. For anybody who bought Aaron's program already, we're going to add you into this new thing, and you're going to get extra service for what you paid for. Does that sound good, guys? We're going to do some new things with personal attention with Aaron. Steve says, awesome. Robert says, yes. Because I want to make sure you guys are well taken care of and that you're excited and happy to be in the program and be working together. So Chris says, yeah. Diana says, yeah. Jacob says, I want a $10,000 a month elite group. I mean, guys, like I said, we can do an elite $10,000 a month group, but like, there's only so much you can talk about flipping phones. After $10,000 a month, it's just like do more of what you're already doing. There isn't a whole lot more to be doing after that, if that makes sense. Once you hit 10K, you shouldn't be focusing on flipping phones forever. You should be now like automating your 10K business and then do something next. Steve says, let's get to 30, 40K a month. Now, don't get me wrong. Like Aaron's doing $30,000 a month flipping phones, but that's not the normal. That's, if you're doing $10,000 a month doing flipping phones, you're doing good. You're probably making $4,000 to $5,000 a month profit, which is, you got your money's worth out of the course. You paid $1,000. to make 4,000 to 5,000 a month profit, which is fantastic. Now it's like, let's step you up to another business plan. So we'll talk about that later on. But who's okay with me doing this? Because I don't want to promote any other courses or coaching or anything unless it's my brand that I know I can monitor it, that I can watch, and I can personally make sure you guys are getting the best possible content too. Because I don't want to have someone, buy somebody else's course and next thing you know, they're not getting what they promised or there's an issue. I want to be able to oversee this and know this is part of my brand. Is everybody cool with that? Bobby says, let's good. Tony says, excellent. Ryan says, excellent. Ron says, no, I do not endorse that. That's why I have no issues. I don't want to really talk about that right now or promote that. Anybody who wants to go sign up with someone else's course that's not in my brand, you're welcome to. I'm not going to trash anybody. I'm not going to speak bad about anybody, but for the people that are in with me, I'm happy. I want to do something special where I overlook it and you're taken well care of, because you guys know me, you know my brand, and I take care of people. Bob says, I'm not in Aaron's group. What is the cost? We're going to figure out another program for that. Aaron, if you have a question, you can reach out to Aaron. We're putting it all together now. So that way, everything's going to, be under my name, and it's going to be, it's no longer going to be separate. Aaron's program was separate previously, but now it's going to be under the same thing. So we're doing kind of like a new setup. All right. So Aaron, do you want to talk for a second?
Well, of course.
All right. So actually, if you're interested in the price, we're going to be talking about it right now. So just stick around for a second. So Aaron, your program was $697, right?
Correct.
There was a couple layers. You did one was $400, one was $697, and then there was a couple other ones, right?
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
So for the people how many people here signed up for Aaron's $400 program? Bob says that's good. Just trying to get a feel. Okay, there was a lot of people for that. And who signed up for 400 but didn't sign up for the 697, basically? Okay. Okay, for everybody that did that, all right, can we write down all these names? Okay, guys, actually, do me a favor. Message me right now if you bought Aaron's $400 program. Go ahead and message me on Facebook, because we're going to, or message me. And then if you got the $697 program, do that. Just, you know what, guys, just message me if you bought his program right now on Facebook. Do me a favor. Or I'm trying to think the best way to contact me is. Yeah, just do that. So this is what we're going to do. For anybody who bought Aaron's $400 program, okay, we're going to give, Aaron's going to do 2 free weeks of group chats for you guys. He's now, for the $697 program that was supposed to be a little better access, he had a full course and all kinds of stuff. He's going to start doing now 2 1-hour special training sessions a day, okay? So that way you guys get a little extra attention for that $697, okay? This is for a 3-month period, okay? We can't keep this going forever. So for 3 months, you're going to get 2 1-hour calls with Aaron as a group each week for 3 months. Does that sound fair for you guys, the people who paid the $697? And you'll get the course and, of course, his Facebook group, and you can ask questions and things like that. Does that sound good for you guys? Let me know if that's reasonable or not. Steve says yes. And if not, what would you like to see a little bit more? Carl says yes. This is a weekly group. It's better continually. Okay, but the only problem is, just like my program, I was giving people 12 months for our group chats. It can't be forever, because Aaron can't guarantee for the next 10 years he's going to be doing group chats. Okay, so maybe we can do a guarantee of 3 months or something, and then after that, if he leaves, that's what it is. But guys, Aaron, I can't make Aaron do group chats for 2 years from now. That's not really fair. So, but if someone says I didn't buy the $697, but 3 months call sounds reasonable. This is for the 400 or the 697. This is for the 697. For the 400, I think. What do you guys think is fair to make up for the 400? If you to give you guys a little bonus and special attention for that. Chris says, pay the $2. No, we're not trying to sell people here. That's not the point. We're trying to make sure everybody is satisfied with the program, because Aaron was kind of pitching this for the last few months. I want to make sure whatever people got, they pay for, okay? If you want to join and do this, that's cool, but we're making sure that everybody's taken care of. Ryan says Facebook group. Aaron is laughing my ass off. Aaron is a stud. White Drake, definitely possible. Okay. So guys, what would make the 400 worth it? Maybe a half-hour call with Aaron, a little bit more, access to group chats for a month. What's fair? Facebook Marketplace picture ads for 400 group. A call, all right? Group chat seems fair. So Aaron is, I'm not going to promise Aaron's offering anything different. Aaron's going to help show you guys it's personal attention. I mean, Aaron's like, what do you mean nothing different? I mean, he's got a lot of good stuff and he's coaching people. Okay. I mean, he's going to show you exactly like how to answer calls. He's going to go over group texting, like what we did with Steve Muccio. Okay. Like how he did that stuff. There's going to be a little bit more, but don't expect, like if you already know how to post Facebook ads and you're doing 10,000 a month and you sign up for Aaron's program, I mean, I don't know. If you want that constant tension motivation, that's good, but I'm not promising the world to you guys on this. I'm going to, like, if you need some extra attention, you want some help, that's what this is for. Does that make sense, guys? So I want to set the record straight for everybody, that bought so that we don't have any over-promising or anything. I want to make sure that this is worth it. It makes sense. Okay. I tell you what, this is what we'll do. That's my offer. Josh says script updates would be good. Okay. Tony says for the people with 400. So for the people with 400, what are you going to do, Aaron?
So how about, and you guys tell me if you guys would like this. So how about for a month, you join us in the 2-hour, in the twice a week hour group live coaching that we're going to do. Well, we'll go over advanced stuff. We'll go over individual stuff. Because it's kind of a smaller group setting, there's a lot more one-on-one attention. So that would be 8 hours total in a month.
Josh says that works. Craig says fair. Aaron says, oh, for sure, that sounds great. That's awesome. So, so for anybody who paid for his $400 program, you're going to get the 2 1-hour calls for the week. And we want to do this, guys, because you like some of you guys, I have my group chat Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time every week. And we've been doing that now for a while. That's our agreement. For some of you guys, you can't make those group chats. Sometimes it's difficult. So for the people watching the replay here, that's why we have Aaron's program. So you can get a little extra level service and you can get special attention. That's what I want. And I trust Aaron. He's done a fantastic job. He's positive and he's been willing, like we had some issues and he's been willing to take care of it and make up for it. And that's what I like to see when someone's working with my brand. Are you guys all with me on that? Is this fair? Like everybody cool with this? You guys good?
Yeah.
Everybody says fair enough. Tony says yes. Carl says yes. Okay, great. Awesome, guys. Okay. And if you don't think it's fair, guys, just message me. Like, I want to take care of you. I'm here, guys, to make sure that you guys are happy with our brand. And I just want to keep everybody making money. That's what we're all here for, right? Is to make some money. So, anyways, I think that's pretty good. Aaron, I really greatly appreciate you like doing everything you can to make sure people are happy as well. John says, Aaron, how about Facebook Marketplace ad picks for a month?
That's fine. We'll in the chats we'll go over it. And I'm excited for this, guys. Since I've worked with about 60 of you guys, I've kind of streamlined some processes. So we're going to go over some stuff like that, some self-improvement stuff. It's going to be a real solid thing. It's going to be super solid. I guess it could be sold separately as a course, but obviously it's all included with this. I think you guys will get a lot of value out of it. I'm actually excited that I'm starting to create.
Just close the deal from the stuff. Awesome. Great job. Sorry, Aaron. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but go ahead. What were you saying?
No, that's basically it. It's some solid stuff. It's some solid stuff.
All right. So, any questions on this at all, guys? And again, if anybody wants to private message me or anything, feel free to talk to me. We're a transparent business. Want to make sure you guys are satisfied. You like the program. Everything's good. Let's see. Tony says, Aaron closes the deal for a month. Josh says, when does it start? What days or hour? Well, we're working on that. We got to kind of figure out what works best for you guys. Let's hash it out right now. What's good for you guys? Ryan says, you guys have been nothing but awesome. Thanks so much, Ryan. Appreciate it. Frank says, Aaron has too much sauce. What works for you guys as far as time? Chris says 8 p.m. Eastern any day. 8 p.m. Eastern any day. Okay, but some people can't do that. So would you guys want one on a weekend and like one on a weekday? Would that work for you? What works best for you?
Like maybe one on Sunday, one on Thursday, and then Dave's is on Tuesday. That way you're consistently getting I don't know, integrated with us.
I like that because even in like the crazy schedule, that's pretty like if you could do one on Sunday and then one during the week, and then plus you got mine at Tuesday, that gives quite a bit of support for everyone. And he says it'd be helpful if it was on the later side, evening side for us in Pacific time. Some of us work till 5 or 6. So could you do like a 9 p.m. group chat, Aaron? Is that tough for you? I know you're mostly a night owl anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I could wake up by then. That's no problem.
Okay. Steve says, what about football season? Oh, you guys are killing me here. No, I'm just kidding. So let's pick a time, and we'll experiment it with a little bit too. If we find like one day is not good, we're here to make this the best for most of you guys. That's what I'm all about, is making sure you guys are taken care of. Whatever the problems are, that's it. So, if there's any issues, we're also going to start doing surveys now. So that way you guys can, if there are any problems, you can respond with an anonymous survey. You guys filled out the survey today and gave me a lot of great feedback. A lot of you guys were happy and you had some great suggestions. That's what we like to see. All right. So I'm happy to have Aaron aboard. Are you guys excited about this? Like, is this sound good for you guys? We had some people that had some concerns, but we want to do everything to make sure that it's on the up and up and you guys are satisfied with this and happy. Josh says, Tony says, I just want to make money. Good. Josh says, can we get notifications like David does? What does that mean?
Let's see what people say. Well, what we could do is we can
start in the group chat. What? Oh, you mean like to post for the group chat? Like when Aaron's going to do a group chat?
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to make a separate Facebook account for the people that got the $400 program, and that way we can connect and network in there, and then I'll post the chats in there. And then I was thinking, and you guys tell me if this works, we'll start it this week, Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and then Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Would that work for you guys? I'm sorry, Thursday, you're right. Thursday at 9 p.m. Yep, Adim is absolutely right. 2 p.m. at Chris, you waking up late, huh?
Okay, so what are we figuring out the group chat, when to post it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can all talk. This is an evolving program, guys. It's still in the beginning stages, so we're just. It's going to shift. We're going to see what you guys want. It's Josh says beta. Yeah, it's growing. That's why, like, you guys, there may be concerns. Aaron's brand new at this. It's just as a business evolves, we get better and better. And we just make sure that we give you the service that you want. And as long as you guys are happy, that's not. And if you're not, we just do what makes you happy. That's it. You guys don't like a certain day, and you're like, this day isn't working. If it's one guy who doesn't like the day, I can't do that. But, if we find 50% of people aren't liking that day, we change it. So, and Bobby says it's fine as long as we can get the recording. Awesome. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Does that sound good? Any concerns? Just message me if you have any questions. But guys, I appreciate it. And thank you guys, everybody, for working with us. I look forward to seeing everybody making tons of money. I want to get some more 10,000 a month superstars here in this group. That's my goal, guys. Just want to change your life, get to that 10,000 a month. I'm not going to make you a promise that I'm going to get you here, but I'm going to do my damnedest to do it. At least I'm going to help give you the best content, work with you on these group chats to do what I can to get you there. Okay. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it. Okay. Thanks, guys. Aaron, thank you. Appreciate it. Look forward to us growing together and doing a lot of stuff. So you guys have a great night, and just feel free to message me if you have anything else. Diana says, thank you, David. Thank you, Aaron, too. Thank you, Diana. Good night, everybody.